and welcome to the Cosmic Corner. I'm Captain Steve. I'm here with
the Mama Dude.
The Mama Dude. You said Mama Dude.
Baba Dude.
The Mondo Dude.
I couldn't say that.
I was thinking you could change it.
No,
hey,
no.
You like that
Just
one?
for right now, yeah.
Other stuff. Oh, damn it. I forgot the bottle opener.
All right. Well,
Do you ever need to open this?
let's take a 5-minute break. Because I'm very upset. I'm eating when I'm upset.
Excuse me, Jackson.
You got me up to right here, Steve. Right here.
Give me more.
Here, you know what? I'll go with you because I need to get ice.
Mm-hmm. Cut.
Let's go off for a second. Right? Hey, you want to go on me?
Oh my god.
10-10.
I can't think of anyone.
Bazooka Joe? Maybe. I'm thinking Rin Tin Tin, Beethoven, the dog from the Bundys.
Oh, Airbud.
Airbud.
Trying to contact
His nose looks like it got better.
Yeah. Go, get off. Go on. Get down. Get down. Go to your room.
This scares me. What is he hitting?
I don't know. He's gonna knock the table apart. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn. Make sure there's no labels. And 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everyone. I swear, dude. You're the Mondo Dude.
Mondo Dude. Okay.
You saw the way he looked at you.
Give me that side eye round, dude.
Go to your room or something. All right, ready? Hey, everyone. I'm Captain Steve, and I'm here with...
The Mama Dude.
Not the Mama Dude. You're not the Mama Dude. Not the Mama.
Okay, one more time.
There we go. Hello, folks. Good evening. I'm Captain Steve, and I'm here with...
Mondo Dude.
The Mondo Dude, and we're going to talk about some scary stuff today. Some of you might find it scary. We find it interesting. Basically, what we're here to talk about is just stuff that interests us. And if you want to hear about it and listen to it and like what we say, then I mean, great. If not, you want to disagree, that's cool too. Mono, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is, if you give me one. Jesus Christ.
Today we're going to be talking about the black-eyed children.
No, it wasn't the black-eyed children, it was the green kids.
Today we're going to be talking about the green-eyed kids.
They're not green-eyed either, Mom.
Jesus Christ. We're going to be talking about the green children of Woolworths.
Folks, basically this story, I'm going to look at it on Wikipedia. I've heard of it. You've heard of it.
I've heard of it before. I don't know too much of the whole story, but...
It's a lot of clickbait when you, like, if you subscribe to stuff like top 10 horror things or top 10 unexplained mysteries. And this is one of them. Before I look at the Wikipedia page and read what it is, from what I know, well, what I read was that there was some village back in the day, I guess maybe it was here in America, and 2 children wandered into the village and they were green. And they didn't speak English, right?
They had no English in them.
I think the little boy died within like a couple of weeks. They turned flesh tone, didn't they?
Well, from what I know is that these children, supposedly these farmers found these kids that were wandering around in their farm. They didn't eat much except for some, I think if I'm not mistaken, they were eating like leaves or some type of nuts or berries or something they were eating. The brother had died, the male had died, but the girl had survived, and after a period of time she started developing a speech. They taught her how to talk, and she started explaining where she came from, which I thought it was really cool. And I think from what she described, she might have came through kind of a dimension.
What this says is it says that they would only eat raw beans. And
there you go.
It says eventually they learned to eat different food, but the boy was sick and he died. The sister was baptized, and then she adjusted. It says, but
they lost their hue of
it
their
says,
green.
after she learned to speak English, she had told everyone that she came from a place called St. Martin's Land, which is a subterranean world inhabited by green people. Let's just go with it. Let's say it was real.
Okay.
These real kids came. Do you think that they are what they say they are, from a subterranean world?
Well, I don't think kids have any reason to lie, especially. I don't know what the age of these children were, but I mean, to find these children that are colored green, and they're explaining. Well, the girl is explaining where she came from, and there's no other place where. I mean, these are on record kids. I mean, they could have came from anywhere.
Right, because I mean, if you think, if you're a kid, if you're 11 and 13,
Yeah.
and you're lost, and you walk into some city that you don't know. You walk into some city you don't know, you're going to be scared. You don't have your parents, you don't have,
Yeah.
and when someone's going to talk to you, you're not going to make up some crazy story that you live in a
Yeah, the first thing
world.
you're going to want to do is get back home.
Yeah, hey, Mom, this is me. Even if you don't speak the language, you could point like, my mom.
Yeah, I came from somewhere,
Yeah.
or you could draw maybe. I don't know.
So, I don't know. It's an interesting concept that that they're green kids and they're from subterranean world.
But real fast, like the green color, what was it? What caused them to be green? Well, it was like lack of sun.
Well, I
sunlight?
know, like if you eat a lot of carrots, that will dye your skin orange.
So then they must be eating nothing but vegetation then.
I would assume so, but then you have your vegetarians and stuff. How come they're not green? But you got to remember, we're in the sun. Whether you're in the sun a little bit or a lot of it, the sun is always going to cook your skin, give it that tan,
That tan color.
that tan color. But if you lived underground and you didn't have like that color, that pigment in your skin, maybe whatever you ate would turn it that color. Like flamingos. Flamingos aren't naturally pink. The only reason a flamingo's pink is because the little shrimp it eats is pink, and it dyes their feathers pink. So if flamingos were to eat this blue shrimp that had like blue dye in it, the flamingos would turn blue.
Okay.
So,
I
yeah,
see what
so
you're
a baby
saying. They're kind
flamingo-
of like a flower, like the
Food color.
carnations.
Yeah, if you put food coloring in it, it absorbs it, and the flower becomes that color.
Okay.
Exactly. So flamingos are white birds, but then
So you're saying that these kids or these people that eat anything with a certain color and a certain amount.
as long as the sun doesn't hit you, that could cook your skin, that could tan it.
So then they must be living in like well, they say I think a
Underground.
twilight.
They say
like that.
they say they live under a subterranean land.
So there's no sun, there's no sunlight. It's only light, but there's no
candles
source of light.
and that's it. Just some sort of candles. One thing what I would think might be this is like kind of phony. Yes, they're a humanoid, so it takes a lot for evolution to take place. But if they lived underground, wouldn't their eyes maybe be a little bit more
Whiter or yellow
a little bigger?
or bigger.
Because to take in more like an owl kind of. But again, it would be an evolution thing. And
Well-
if you put a species of humans underground for 200-300 years, they might learn to be better underground, but they're not going to have these big old eyes when we come back a couple of hundred years later.
So evolve.
You'd have to evolve.
Adapt.
It would take millions of years. So do you think, we'll go deeper down this, do you think maybe not so much subterranean world, but another dimension, another a parallel universe where we're green?
Something lined up, or something was just perfect, or they knew it was a gateway. It could be a lot of things how they could have came here.
Well, it looks like they didn't go back wherever they came from.
Well, I don't think they
The
could
little
have.
boy
Once they
died
break a
and-
seal or something like, and it seals back up, I don't think they could have gotten back. I don't even think they knew how they got here. The little boy died because he could have became homesick as well.
It says she got older and she married a Sir J.G.
Gigi?
She married it was a prince, a J.G. giant, a jolly green giant.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Yeah. And they had 3 kids. Ho ho ho.
Well, obviously, this is
Oh.
one thing about Wikipedia. Did it just scroll down?
No,
on
I
the
did that. I did it with the mouse.
Oh.
And it didn't say I made that up. I was being stupid.
Oh, okay.
No. But yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess I should have researched a little bit more and had better notes about this. This is the first time we're doing this, and the we didn't even tell them welcome to the Cosmic Corner.
We haven't even
pimple right here, dude.
Yeah.
You can see it. You can't see it.
No,
well, the
but
camera's
those
not
hurt.
high quality.
Those
you
hurt. You know why? Because sweat builds up there.
Well, because I went like this, and when I went like this, my eye went to tear up, and now I know I got
You're probably gonna have an ingrown hair. But does that kind of make sense though? In a sense, like these people or these humans came in through another dimension. They didn't get our source of light. They only got the glow of it. So whatever the glow was hitting, it was maybe perfect combination for them to come through. Maybe it was something that had to have happened. I mean, what is the explosion she explaining? Was it a break the seal type?
You know, like
through another dimension?
Like those old, I don't. It's not National Geographic. It's some books. It might have been, and you can find them like at used bookstores. But it's like a series, like an encyclopedia, and there are things about people who just
disappear.
They're walking on a trail. And the person, now, logically, you could think, oh, this guy murdered his friend, and he said he just disappeared. That's the logic.
Yeah.
Thing, you know, or his friend's all like, hey, I'm going to leave. Just tell everyone I disappeared. He's like, okay, I'll tell everyone I disappeared. That's the logical part. But you never know if maybe these people were walking along the trail, like me and you were walking, and all of a sudden I look and
just crossed.
Where'd you go? Where were, like, he was right here with me.
I understand. Yeah, you know what? I totally back you up on this because not only I believe that I just read not so long ago about this weird phenomenon about national parks, how they do surveys about people disappearing. They technically they say that they do, like, if somebody disappears, no matter what park it is, they all have to do a certain survey, a certain thing about disappearance. People that disappear never come back. Well, this guy wanted to get these papers through court and everything to see how many people would disappear throughout a year. Well, they wouldn't give it up. And they still haven't given up the report about, supposedly, I think it's Yellowstone, that there's been a lot of disappearances in this park. And mysteriously, they just disappear. And nobody has no recollection of what. Where are you going?
LP.
Oh, that's fine. We're gonna take a quick break. Intermission.
Remember, you're talking about Yellowstone and Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo boo. I fucked the ranger, boo boo. Not really, guys.
Next on an all-new balance on your dog.
Have you seen that? You showed it to me. People were balancing things on their cats.
You like to put things on your cat while it snoozes?
You think they still got
Sure.
it?
Yeah, I was showing my sister the other day. She's like, she was saying that Gavin's dad likes to put shit on the cat while it snoozes.
Really? But no, they were doing. This guy was doing a survey. He was actually on one of the shows on the Art Bell show. He was talking about how he was trying to get these papers to show like things that were happening to these people, but they wouldn't do it because they were saying that it's a big cover up because something about it had to do with maybe government or something. But these people, there's cases of people actually disappearing without a trace, and nobody seems to know what's going on. And I just think that maybe sometimes people just don't want to be found.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a there's like, I mean, the way you have people go crazy, or these people, these women who like they're gonna get married but then they disappear, they fake a kidnapping, like I mean that's a very thing. A lot of people just don't want to be found. Like, I mean, if you could, yes, you have your loved ones, but if you could put that aside and be like, you know what, I want to start over. Brand new,
fresh, like brand new.
You're
like a Band-Aid.
You're brand
you take
new,
it off, brand new.
But you know everything that you know. So you're a baby again, but you know everything. You're brand new, but nobody knows.
So why not go to a different town, different city where no one knows you, and build up a whole different new you?
I mean, if you lied to people, if you're, I mean, I'm not a liar. You know, but if you lie to you, like if I went somewhere, I mean, let's say I went to another town, Austin, down the street, right? And for shits and giggles, I just talked with an English accent. I couldn't do it well. And these people might
Be
think
broken,
like,
but they'll
these
believe
guys,
you.
Well, they may not be the one from England. They just believe like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? And I could be like, well, I can't even do one, but we're from
yeah.
across the pond, and they'll be like, this idiot is clearly a Hispanic from San Antonio. But as long as I make that my thing, they'll just go with it because they're like, this is a crazy guy.
Your old self
they will never know.
But that's just it. They don't know who you really are.
They don't know.
But they'll get familiar with
this weird dude.
Guy, and now be your whole new persona.
That's the whole thing. They'll be like, yeah, this guy thinks he's English.
You basically build a whole new persona.
Whole new persona.
Maybe most of these people aren't dead. Maybe some of these people were abducted. It could be all kinds of things. It's up in the air. But the thing is, you will never know until it's proven.
Like my legs, they're up in the air.
Like my legs after a couple of drinks on the weekend.
They're asleep.
Yes. But back to these children, these green children. So,
well, it says there's a lot of stuff here, like as far as debunking it. It says certain people consider the English like racist, and green was a thing where they made fun of whatever, so they're calling them green children. Yeah, well, it's Scottish or Irish, something like that. Anyways, more than likely, yes, this could be debunked if it was a real story.
But then again, that's the thing about the internet.
That's not why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
That's not why we're here. We're not here to debunk it.
We're not here to debunk it. We're here to talk about it. But the thing about the internet nowadays is that there's so many things out there you don't even know what's real or not. We could have already seen videos and footages of ghosts and demons and so forth.
They
and
play it off as something stupid.
And they're always going to get people to play it off in their comments and bring it down and say, hey.
But it could be a real video. I mean, like if you recorded the devil attacking somebody and you say, oh, it looks fake. Well, what does a real video of a devil attacking somebody look like? I've never seen that for real.
Who knows? So, maybe we've seen it and not know it.
And it looks fake. So that being said,
we just got to keep a sharp eye out there. And
Green Children of Woolpit, that's what it's called. I would look it up. I'm definitely going to look at this again. I've read it before, but we just kind of started talking about it on the fly right now. Folks,
I just know that if you see any green children, just know they're not from our time.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
All right, let's do one more.
All right, what do you want to do?
It's
Black-eyed children?
No, I want to talk about. I had this thing I've been talking about.
Ghosts?